Good morning, guys. It's Meal Prep Monday. I got all of my food prepped up yesterday, and now I'm going to share it with you. Made a lot of good meals, and we will have good, homemade, keto-friendly food for the week. Stay tuned.
On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold, so pure, divine, and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire.
So this week, as we're preparing for the week, we have about 6 different dishes that we're going to be making. We're going to start off with our Swedish meatballs. I actually don't have to make these. I just needed to take them out of the freezer. They were something that were meal prepped in the past, but I'll be making them again, and when I do, I'll bring you along with. I'm also going to prep in a bone-in ham and package some of it up for the freezer. Make fried ham and fried cabbage with some of it. Keto country casserole potluck meal, egg roll in a bowl, and grilled steaks are all on the menu this week. Just going to get all of my frozen meats out of the larger freezer. This is a small apartment freezer. I've had it for like 20 some odd years, people. Love this thing. It holds a lot, but it doesn't hold so much that I have to dig for it. And I'm always going through it and sorting through, and you just see me getting everything out of it. I do have a couple things I have to get out of my little freezer on top of my refrigerator, but I'll show you those in just a minute. And this blue thing that you see me messing around with, this is a silicone baking sheet. I haven't used it yet. I actually found it in one of my drawers. I've been going through stuff, but I figure it'd be great for in place of parchment. So I took out some butternut squash, sugar snap peas stir fry. Those are the Swedish meatballs. That is a package of frozen ground beef or hamburger and 2 steaks. So I'm going to be making steaks. I always package them up in 2s, a ribeye and a strip steak. And then I'm just going to go back over these just to make sure that you saw everything. Now when I get to the ribeye and the strip steak, that's because I like one and my husband likes the other, so I always package it up together like that, so that we each have our favorite steak available. And then you'll notice that I added some coleslaw mix, some broccoli slaw, and that is a package of sausage. Those all came out of the other freezer. So I bought this bone-in ham, and it's a 7-pound ham. I got it for $11.54. I've just had it in my freezer, and I'm just going to cut the bone out of it. And there's really not an easy way to do this, but I'm just trying to get all the usable meat off from around it. This is all meat that you can't really slice very well. Cut it in chunks, and then I'm going to dice that up. That's what's going to go in the ham and fried cabbage. And I'll also have some that I will have diced up for salads and stuff. Anytime I have it, I'm just going to slice and dice this all up and get it ready for the freezer. Getting the bone out isn't always the easiest thing to do, but just keep working at it like I do. I saved the bone. I'm going to put it in a plastic bag. It's going to go in the freezer also, and later on this winter I'll make my husband some homemade ham and bean soup. I'm not a big bean fan, so there's never a worry of me eating beans because I know they're not keto. Yeah, never going to happen anyway, and I'm just either feeding my husband or my dog some ham there. And as you see, I'm just chopping it up. Now I know I'm going to get grief about doing this on my skillet, but guys, I have no counter space. Adding salt and pepper here to the cabbage. I already got the cabbage in the pan. I'm putting a little bit of butter. I want to have a little bit of fat. And I have all of the juices from the ham that was in my pan as I was packaging it and everything that I put in there. And now I'm just going to add the ham pieces in it, and we're going to let it do its thing, stir it up, and let it just simmer. And while it's cooking, Oh, I'm going to add some of my Creole seasoning and some of that Badia. Really love those seasonings. They're just kind of a all-around good seasoning for everything. All right, so that's cooking, and I'm just going to start slicing and dicing the ham here. I am going to save all of the excess fat that's around this. I don't want it when I go to make sandwiches or fry it up with my eggs or whatever I plan on using this for, but I am going to cut it off as you see here and pile it up. I'll put that in the freezer, and it'll go in when I make the stew with the ham and the beans, or I'll use it a lot of times just to flavor some other things. Pork fat rules, people. It's like bacon fat. Don't get rid of it. Utilize it for later. So that's what I'm doing, and you're just going to see me keep slicing and dicing and getting this all taken care of. By the time it's all said and done, I think I had like 3 bags of diced ham and 2 or 3, maybe even 4 bags of sliced ham that I kept a couple out in the fridge and the rest went in the freezer. All right, finishing up the fried ham and cabbage, just added some cheese on top. Give that a second to melt in. And let me tell you guys, this smelled so good as it was cooking. My stomach was growling. It's probably almost 1 o'clock and I hadn't eaten anything yet. I always meal prep the one meal that we're going to eat and then put the rest of it in the fridge for lunches. And here is the finished product of the ham and cabbage. It really hit the spot. Kind of a little bit different. You could always add an egg or something as a side with this. I just put a little sriracha on top of mine, and that's what we had for lunch. Next, we're going to be grilling up the steaks. Now, like I said earlier, this is one ribeye. That's the steak on the left. And the other is a strip steak, either Kansas City strip steak or New York strip steak. I like my steaks a little bit firmer than my husband. He likes the really tender steak, so he's going to eat the ribeye and I'm going to eat the strip steak. I've got my grill already preheated. When I preheat it, I get it up to almost 400 degrees, people. I want to cook these high and fast. I want the outside to get grilled up and the inside to stay at the medium rare, because that's the way we like to eat it. So I'm just going to let these cook. There's nothing better than meat and fire, people. All right, now I put the lid down, let them cook. About 4 minutes is all I'm letting them cook. That's how come you want it hot, high and hot, because you want it to sear the meat. Look at those beautiful grill marks, guys. Oh, my mouth's watering. I've done another 4 minutes, and I'm just going to pull them off of the grill here. Oh, don't those look so good? I'm going to go in. I'm making some creamed spinach to go along with these. And I topped mine just with butter. There's no need for any extra sauce. This is salt, pepper, a little bit of no salt seasoning because I love all of the different flavors. And I just put some butter on top and let it melt down. And I have the best sauce. And look at that, perfectly medium rare. All right, and this is my egg roll in a bowl, guys. I make this probably every other week, sometimes even every week. Simple, easy. This time I used a broccoli slaw in it along with my sausage, and I added snap pea mixture. Seasoned it with curry sauce or curry powder and soy sauce. The Keto Country casserole. Okay, let's do a flashback of tater tot casserole. This is it, except keto-fied. Ground beef, green beans. Use cream and mushrooms instead of cream of mushroom soup. Top it with cauliflower and cheese. Oh, good comfort food. And here's some of that ham and cabbage that I've got all packaged for lunch. All right, guys, so those are all of the meals that I had prepped. I had the ham and cabbage, egg roll in a bowl, the Keto Country casserole, the steaks that I had with a side of cream spinach, and then not pictured was the Swedish meatballs, which we just used out of the bag. So I've got meals for the week, and they are going to be so good. All right, guys, that wraps up everything for our Meal Prep Monday. I hope you got some ideas of things that you can do for your prep this week. And just remember to let your faith be bigger than your fear. And don't give up. This is not going to happen overnight, but we're going to take it step by step. So this is just one step in the process of everything that we have to do to be happier, healthier, and lose a little weight like me. And if you don't need to lose weight, then just be happy and healthy. All right, guys, until next time, see you later.